The last computer component to be noted is the firmware, which refers to the software stored on the read-only memory chip. This software drives the basic operation of the system and it usually does not get changed. There are two types of firmware, which are the BIOS and general device firmware. The BIOS or basic input-output system contains the operating system, and the instructions that allow the computer to load the operating system and start up. The BIOS is normally stored on an electronically erasable programmable read-only memory, in order to allow future updates. Some of the security issues with the BIOS include embedded malicious code inside the BIOS, or suspicious code being camouflaged as official firmware. These issues could lead to attackers being able to access the system remotely or cause system damage. Most manufacturers have replaced the BIOS with Unified Extensible Firmware Interface, which acts as an advanced interface between the hardware and operating system, while maintaining support for the legacy BIOS. The second type of firmware is the device firmware, which can be found in printers and modems, where their entire operating systems are stored on firmware chips. The next topic discusses the different vulnerabilities that affect client-based and server-based applications. Client-based vulnerabilities could affect the user's files and systems, and attacks could be carried over any protocol that would allow an attacker to compromise the user's or client's computer. The topics that associate with client-based security are applets and local caches. Applets are many programs that could be sent from a server to a client's computer, with the purpose of performing a specific functionality, such as a calculator tool offered by a financial company, or a drawing tool that does limited draw styles. These applets run directly on the client's computer, and they offer several benefits such as shifting the processing from the server to the client's computer, facilitating the tool's usability with easier access, and maintaining the user's security by not having to send data over unsecured networks. The security issues related to applets are mainly concerned with the security of the code of the applet itself. Applets must be tested and secured before being allowed to run on the user's computer. There are two common types of applets, which are Java applets and ActiveX controls. Java is a programming language that is independent of the running platform, by using the Java virtual machine, which allows the translation of the code into a format understandable by the operating system. Java applets are small programs written in Java, that are transferable over the Internet. To ensure that the applet's access is limited to the resources that it needs on a computer, sandboxing was introduced, which prohibits the applet from accessing information that is not allocated to it. ActiveX controls were created by Microsoft as a proprietary software framework to counter the Java applets. They can only operate in systems running Microsoft browsers, and they don't have the sandbox restrictions put on the Java applets. Since they are capable of performing privileged actions, the ActiveX controls that are downloaded and executed should be controlled.